Hi everyone, Helen Davis here from Blending Therapy. As you can probably see, I'm having technical issues yet again. I don't know what Facebook's playing at with their computer interface, but they seem to be making going live as difficult as they possibly can. Anyway, here I am, 9:30 on another lovely sunny morning. Hopefully you can see and hear me okay. I am on my phone yet again. So, what do I want to talk about today? Well, last night I met on Zoom, obviously, with some close friends who I meet with on usually a monthly basis for mutual support and connection. It's lovely, very small group of female friends. What's happening with that curl? Yeah, we were talking, obviously, we haven't met since before this all began. We were talking about the situation and our experiences of it. And one of the results of that was that I became more aware again of how incredibly difficult, and that isn't anything like the right word, it is for some people in this situation, and some of the terrible things that are happening behind closed doors at the moment. And it led me personally to some degree back into that place that I've mentioned quite early on when I was doing these meditations, if you've been with me from the beginning, which is this idea of feeling guilty about how honestly easy I'm finding it so far, about having a lovely home, having access to outside space, having a companion, even if I'm not locked up with other people. And if I'm totally honest, for me, I'm actually quite grateful that it's just me. I cope very well with my own company. And some of you watching may be resonating with some of these feelings, different examples, different specifics, but you may be resonating. Others may be thinking, well, yeah, you damn well should be feeling grateful. You're very, very lucky. It's not so easy for the rest of us. So it brought me back to thinking again about what we do with all of these feelings, whatever they are. And I had to remind myself again that, you know, my situation is what it is. It's not going to make anything different for anybody else if I find a way to make myself a bit more miserable. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that every day is wonderful. But on the whole, I'm okay. But I have really come to feel something that I already believed in the last few weeks, couple of weeks, whatever it is so far, 3 weeks for me, which is that we absolutely do tune into the energy that is being created around us. And at the moment, the energy that is generally coming out from most people for completely understandable reasons is all about fear, it's all about guilt if you're in my situation, it's anger, it's frustration. So many people are feeling so many of these things, and that seeps out. Any of you who found yourself using Zoom for things like gatherings, classes, yoga, obviously I'm teaching my existing yoga classes over Zoom, and we've really become aware of how strong the energy is. We recreate across that electronic connection the energy that we have in the room. And it's real evidence to me that energetic connections are not about distance. And this ties into the same idea. So the more that the energy that we are all putting out as a household, as a nation, as a country, as a world, is dominated by fear and anxiety and guilt, the more we each pick up on that, and it becomes, it spirals. So if you, like me, are in a position to be able to tap into something else, to tap into gratitude, to tap into love, to tap into hope, to tap into trust that for whatever reason this is exactly as it is meant to be in the bigger picture. And if you and I and anyone else who has the luxury of being able to connect to those feelings at the moment, whether that's for the majority of their day or just for a moment here and there, we are helping to shift the overall energy, and we are helping to put that more positive, because as humans we tend to think of things as positive or negative, but to put that more upbeat, love-filled energy into the atmosphere. So I've been, in the last 12 hours or so, I've been through my own little cycle of working through this, and that's what I felt moved to share with you today. So wherever you are, whether this little point is the only time in your day where you're able to stop and be still, or whether it's just one of many opportunities you have to do that, I invite you to tune in to your own heart, to the love, to the gratitude, to whatever positive emotions that you are able to find in this situation in your life, whether that's as it is now or as you are envisaging it when all this is over. And to help me in what I believe is my job at the moment, to continue to keep raising my own vibration and therefore helping raise the vibration of others. So with that in mind, I invite you to take a breath, to connect into the ground, into your feet, into your sitting bones, to let your own breath come easily and gently, to let your eyes close gently if they haven't already done so, or simply rest them down with a soft focus. And to notice where in your body you're feeling tension, stress, or simply awareness, any other physical sensations, and let the breath gently flow to that part of your body, giving it permission to release, to let go, to soften. And maybe finding that sweet spot between flopping and tensing, that place that is relaxed and yet alert and awake, with your feet and your legs, so that your spine can be supported, your shoulders can let go. And whatever my words may or may not have triggered in you, release them if you can, and simply focus on your own breath. And join me from a place of love in raising our own vibration, which in turn directly affects those who are connected energetically to us, whether they're in the next room, the next county, or the other side of the world. And which in turn helps raise the vibration coming out of this whole situation. Tuning into the fact that for the first time in most of our lifetimes, the whole planet, pretty much, is connecting on a level, has something in common. And if it feels helpful to then bring the awareness back into your own breath, your own being, your own connection with the earth. And when your mind goes off, distracted by a thought, a sound, a sensation in your body, notice where it's gone and gently, kindly bring it back to your own breath. Just noticing how that breath is moving through your body right now. Not trying to change anything. Not trying to breathe in any particular way. Just being with what is. And every time that your mind goes off on a tangent, just notice where it's gone and gently, kindly bring it back to your breath. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I think I talked for a little longer than usual today, so if you feel that that hasn't been quite long enough for you to sit silently, then I invite you to stay with it for as long as works for you. Otherwise, feel free to get on with your day, and I wish you all love, gratitude and joy in your day, wherever there is room for it. See you tomorrow.